It's the peaceful valley. It's supposed to be always peaceful. Once violence goes there, we know that it's the end days. This final battle is upon us. Okay? So, with all that in mind, that's the team. They will team the new Roman Empire, the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, and Israel, because the new Roman Empire helped Israel become a state again by force. It states that too, which America did, helped Israel become a state again. That will be one team. The other team, Gog and Magog, the nation to the uttermost north, shall team together with Persia. Okay? Gog and Magog is the lineage that Vladimir Putin comes from. Gog was the grandson of Noah. Okay? His children are the czars and kings of Russia for many years, and Vladimir Putin comes from that lineage. Okay? And that's the uttermost north of Israel. You go straight north, you hit Moscow. Okay? Persia. At one time, the Persian Empire consisted of Iran and Iraq together as one. And it spread huge, but pretty much that was the basis. It was Babylon and the northern region. It was all together, and they had Sodom and Gomorrah and all that nasty shit going on. It was just.
So how does this play out in the next 10 years?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So I just want to explain the prophecy, so then I can give you the. Okay, against Persia, and then they will team together with Libya, Egypt, and the Kush nations, which are the African and Middle Eastern nations, the Muslims, all Muslim nations. And then, so, okay, right now, America's in Iraq, wants to go in Iran. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows, not everybody knows why. Not everybody knows about Iraq, Iran, North Korea, and Venezuela all switching from American dollars in oil to euros. Okay, I have a video I can show you the whole history of oil and how World War I started with the invasion of Iraq because the Baghdad trains and whatnot. But anyway, so America, the European Union. Okay, if this attack happens, this will force the European Union. Okay, you understand that? You know why? You understand the implications that it would have? That if a Muslim nation or a terrorist nation or some terrorist attacked the sovereign free nation of America, then all free nations are under threat, and they would force the 3 nations of Europe that are against the European Union right now and have been speaking outwardly against it, that would force those 3 with the other 7 to become one beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Is that not what it states? Okay. So then they, with Israel, America, will go against Persia. Persia, Iran, and Iraq. We're already in Iraq. Iran is the next stage. Iran is being protected by Russia because of their oil deals that they have. They have large oil deals. All of Iran's oil's in Russia, all of Russia's oil's in Iran. They are very good friends, and America has been threatened by Vladimir Putin that if we do go into Iran, they will attack. Okay. Vladimir Putin has also stated in the past few months that George Bush and the American government is a fascist government and replicating the Nazi government of Germany in the 30s and 40s. Okay, so that right there is showing the sides that are being taken. We know that Libya, Egypt, and the Kush nations are all Muslims, and that those Muslims would back their Muslim brothers in Iran and Iraq if this was to come to that type of war. Okay, this event could perpetuate that. Could easily perpetuate that. Could it not? Okay. They would say that Bin Laden did this again, and that Bin Laden is in Iran. They've been stating that for the past few months. And they're saying that they need to get Bin Laden, so they're going to have to go into Iran. That will totally piss off Russia, and then they will team together. Once, it's kind of funny because it states that Russia will backstab the Kush nations, Libya and Egypt, and them, and go and attack them, and then come back and attack Israel. It later states that the sleeping dragon will rise up and will dry up the Euphrates. We have technology that would dry up a river. Okay, China definitely does. And the sleeping dragon. It says that they will have a foot army, a marching army on foot of 200 million. The sleeping dragon. It doesn't say China, it says the sleeping dragon. So, what nation in the world could even think of having 200 million? Well, in 1967, Chairman Mao stated that they had an army of 200 million. Okay, that was in 67. Now that's an army of 200 million. We're talking a foot army now. We're talking 40 years later. They definitely have a foot army now. That's one full generation has passed. They definitely can pull that out their ass. Okay? So they'll then go into Israel and they'll attack. And so this has all been written. And everything that has gone on already to this point was written. And that's why we can say this is the next step. What's not written is how they do it. What's written is what's going to occur. Fire and brimstone. Boom. What do you think fire and brimstone is? Nuclear attack sounds pretty fire and brimstone to me. You know, that's going to shake some shit up. So, here it is. The attack. The attack that will incite the final battle. Where else could it be? You can't have the attack in any other nation. It has to be in the strongest nation in the world. To incite the Americans against that nation. Or whatever nation Bush's agenda decides to go with. Then, this is where the Antichrist comes in. He'll be the one to come in and bring peace to all this. Okay? He'll bring this peace, and everyone will be like, oh, he's great. And then he'll die. Someone will kill him. Some shit will happen to him. And then, he'll miraculously come back to life. Then, everyone will bow to him. The whole of the world, it says. Okay? The whole of the world. Now, if you're of the world, then you're going to bow to him. If you're not of the world, then you won't. You understand what that means? Of the world, to be of the world. I mean, if you're part of it, if you're so attached to your materials, to looking good or eating good, you're going to be stuck here. You're going to fall with it, one way or the other. You're going to be killed in fighting it, or trying to hold on to what you have, or you're gonna be a part of it and walk with it. And if you're here, then you fall with it. You know, it crumbles, you crumble. That's okay if you're fighting it. If you're fighting the system, if you're fighting everything, if you're out in the hills and you're in communities and you're part of the battle, the Rebel Alliance is real. Rebel Alliance is out there. Star Wars is a joke, but that shit's real.